legs. It will force the reset here in the grand final. But just like in that first game, guess who's there with the goal? He wastes no time. Mbappe in 4 minutes, just like Bruno did for him in the first leg.
So straightforward. It's Dousari at creating those chances. You need to be locked in, and from the kickoff, when your players are moving around, when you're switching formations, you'll find that there's some gaps opened up. You might be switching your defensive mid from left defensive mid to right defensive mid, or you might be switching from a 4-3-3 to a 4-2-3-1. Whatever your change may be, you'll find that the amount of moving parts will result in gaps being left, runs not being tracked, and Dousari just too good to miss out on opportunities like that.
Maybe he just hates my intros. I wouldn't blame him. 3-3, all square on aggregate, unlike Jabri, because Dousari hasn't lost yet. If he wins, he really, truly does win. He will be your champion. And through Ronaldo, he restores that lead. I said before, maybe what he needs is a little bit of fire. The fire in the belly, evident for Dousari. Man is on fire and takes the 4-3 lead on aggregate.
So direct was that attack there, and just piling the pressure on already. Micromanaging, reading runs, reading passes before they're even made. And Jabri not doing too much wrong. But when you play a 4 at the back against the best defender and one of the best attackers in the world, you'll find that they'll find the gaps that a 5 at the back may cover more often than not.
Fantastic to have so many viewers from all around the world. We guaranteed, if nothing else, you would get to see a champion near his prime. He's got 2 already in the second leg, looking for the third. Jabri defending better on that occasion, but the outlet ball is his real struggle at the moment. You can see on your screen, there is not much doing. He's still back there to the left back, having a look ahead. Is this the moment? We might play the rest of it here if Dousari has his way. Joe Gomez, back to Laporte. It's the most exciting period of play that defenders have ever had. Mbappe ball roll, Dousari singing a fine song now to Pelé. And there is a third within 22 and a bit minutes. It's vintage from the champion.
That is an insane piece of defensive play. Aggressive defending from the king. He did not let up at all. And when Jabri finally thought he'd got the ball away from his own third, away from the back line, Dousari said, you know what? I'm going to press up with my fullback and we'll win this ball back. And when he wins that ball up in such a promising position, there's very few competitors who would miss out on an opportunity like that.
Can you imagine playing against this? Goodness me. Pelé near post. Alisson gets down well. Dousari believes that could have been his 6th on aggregate. I'm just thinking, thank goodness I live in Australia, far away from matching this man in weekend league. It's one of those that you see the name and it's already daunting enough, let alone playing against this type of relentless defending. And Jabri trying to break up the momentum with a tackle or 2. Even the rebounds are coming back. Everything going his way. The big CU from CR7. Dousari might not be matching that celebration with his exterior, but inside, this is what he expects from himself.
And he continues to pile on the pressure. And now The goals are really flowing. And MS Dossari will be able to breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief. And Mo Jabri's head a little bit gone. And there's a fifth within 30 minutes of the first leg. And MS Dossari, in a matter of moments, tears the game away from Mo Jabri. He was down a goal in what feels like barely a minute ago. And now the King is up 4 goals. This is extraordinary, absurd. And I thought he was going to go on and score another right there. This attacking defensive masterclass shows why he is so held in such high regard. And let this be a warning to all other competitors out there. The King is still here.
Into the goal goes the player, but not the ball, unfortunately, for Mo Jabri. I will restate at no point do we mean any disrespect. Mo Jabri fought through qualifying, had that 4-3 win over Shooting Like Messi before going down to Dossari 7-1. He's improved on that if it stays like this. And then that penalty win over Yassir. He has shown immense quality, but against a man like this, a competitor like this, a Dossari like this, there's little anyone from around the world can do.
This is just absurd. The way that Dossari has been able to turn it on just like that. And Mo Jabri will just be left shaking his head, wondering what on earth just happened. Imagine the people at home are thinking Mo Jabri is just looking so ordinary. But it's the impact that MS Dossari has, the amount of micromanagement, the level of control that he has over his entire 11 is so extraordinary. And I would not be surprised if MS Dossari is not done just yet.
The final attack. And there is a rash challenge which sees Mo Jabri lose Joe Gomez. The goal will not be scored. The ball is clear. But you have just seen 6 of the best from MS Dossari. The only thing on that sheet for poor Mo Jabri is a man sent off. It's one of those treaders, if we're at a LAN, things go rather quiet. I'm alone here in my little home office, home studio of sorts, EA, putting on this competition that we might still have competitive FIFA. It gives these competitors the opportunity to shine. But all the way over here in Sydney, Australia, it feels a little flat. Poor Mo has a look at what he can do with the 10 men left on his digital pitch. Let's hope for himself, for everyone watching, he can find the most incredible comeback or something similar of all.
And Mo Jabri came out so strong first leg, showed so much promise in taking that initial lead. Whether a change in tactics for Dossari, a change back to the way he played in the first leg against Mo Jabri, it just seemed something clicked for him. And indeed, before Mo Jabri could even make any kind of adjustments, the game has been torn away from him. And MS Dossari, playing with the extra man, will be able to score some goals just for fun.
The tweet from Tundra Esports, the organisation of MS Dossari, is stop the count. They feel like they've seen enough. Maybe Mojabri's seen enough. But to his utmost credit, he will keep fighting until the end. This is the opportunity for him to show what he's made of. Maybe his FIFA has to be put to the side and he just needs to show a little bit of character, fighting spirit, and the other well-esteemed qualities. Because even with Shredder's 11 men, I think it's fair to say we would have thought it's well beyond him. But to do it a man down, I'm yet to see anything quite like this in a major FIFA esports grand final of any kind. Cut back there with Mbappe, cut out from Cancelo, and wherever that red-carded man aligns on the pitch, so to speak, there will be a gap for MS Dousrey to enjoy.
And indeed, he is enjoying it now. I think I saw Mojabrey switch that red-carded player up to striker with probably the idea of just attempting to save face as we draw to the back end of this second leg. And indeed, if he is to try to pull away back, the one way he can ensure he has a chance is by stopping the bleeding, stop the amount of goals that he had conceded. And that shot pinged directly into Van der Sar's face and well kept out.
Us goalkeepers claim those as a good save. You got a piece of your body in the way. Not a lot in the way. For MS Dousrey, we tick on towards 70 minutes. No goals. Look, in this half, let's try and find some light, find some positives. No sooner do I get the words out. Pele with the chip. It's a no celebration. Dousrey knows. I think we all know what looked to be like such an exciting, unpredictable grand final. 3-2 after that first leg. Well, quite frankly, it's turning into a bit of a nightmare for Mojabrey.
And MS Dousrey wins that ball continually in such promising areas that he only needs to link up 2, 3, even 4 passes before he's through on goal. And that's the way you want to attack in FIFA 21. I think when you look at the face of it, you can't, a number of competitors view this as quite a defensive, quite a negative version of FIFA. But when you can attack, when you defend the way Dousrey does, winning the ball high up the pitch, playing 1-2 touch football, you can really make something special of your attacks.
Dousrey looking for number 10. You know what a sliding challenge there by Mojabrey. Dousrey doing everything right. Mojabrey finding that little bit extra, reading the pass across. Perfectly timed sliding challenge. Not long left for him. Left for either competitor in this tournament. That final whistle is going to sound, however, very different indeed. Dousrey inside, Ronaldo, and there is double digits, the big 1-0. It's 10-3 on aggregate. Dousrey is balling out.
The amount of intricacies to Dousrey's gameplay when you stare deep into the way he's using his individual players is extraordinary. I saw 4 or 5 different uses of super cancels using the L2 R2 function to cancel a La Croqueta, a Berber spin, and Paul Mojabrey had no response to somebody using their skill moves as effectively as that, and indeed as efficiently as that. And time again, when Dousari finds himself in space, finds himself in a one-on-one battle, he has so many tools at his disposal that he'd be incredibly annoyed at himself if he doesn't turn it into a goal. And he does it time and time again as he does it again.
Jabri with the slightly late challenge from Mbappe. Free kick swung in directly. Dousari has certainly not let up. Jabri has made it through to the grand final, but found in his way something rather special. The last goal of this game is the 12th on aggregate. If you like your little summary, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, then 3-2 to Jabri, 3-3, 4-3, and again, and again, and again, until we hit number 12.